think it's a very dangerous position we're finding ourselves in here, with the farmers being forced to sell their land for rewilding or for solar panel farms, and it's another example of how the corporate can just do what they want, just taking the land, big land grab, a bit like what the Rockefellers did back in the day. And I think the people will support the farmers if they had awareness of what's going on, and the mainstream media don't seem to be saying a thing about any of this because they don't want people uniting. Now, I've been trading in town here in Maidstone for over 25 years, and I've seen a lot of changes over that time, but in the last 5 years especially, I've noticed that the attitude of people has been suppressed. There's been a low vibe around town. Shops have been closing down, and a lot of that's the independents, because they're being forced to pay such astronomical rates that it's just not viable for most independents. And so hopefully things are starting to turn around, and I think more people are starting to realise the benefits of having independent stores rather than just being tied into corporate business that are then having control over our spending. Especially with this sort of forced cashless digital currency, it just gives them even more control. Shops in Maidstone that have been closing, like I say, are mainly independents, and a lot of the other shops, the general public are getting frustrated because they're not carrying the stock. But then you've got the vicious circle of the shops can't carry the stock because people are spending too much time shopping online, and so this is a vicious circle that we found ourselves in. I think in this modern age we're living in, people have really given their power away to governments and corporations and non-governmental organisations even, like your WEF and your WHO, that are controlling our governments, which we haven't voted for. So it's completely unjust for us to be governed by powers that have nothing to do with our country. A lot of this comes down to being forced into a cashless world, so they have more control. They want to force digital ID that's going to have your medical records on there with facial recognition cameras. So this is only the start of giving power away. And the way to reclaim it is by people coming together, realising their power within, and realising that we are strong as a united front against the 1% that are trying to control absolutely everything.